Hailey Rhodes Baldwin, now Bieber, was her own individual prior to Justin injecting himself into every facet of her life. This includes gentlemen callers that were men other than Justin Bieber. In a nutshell, you guys, Hailey dated countless guys before she tied the knot with Bieber on that fateful day at a New York courthouse this past fall. Let's take a deeper dive into Hailey's dating life before becoming a Bieber. Hey guys, I'm Madison Conklin, and while I'm a massive Hailey shipper, I know, Jelena people, please don't kill me, I love to know the relationships that shaped an individual before getting married. Trust me, I analyze my married friends' past relationships before them actually getting married, and I'm just like, wow, how were those two ever even together? And it got me thinking, Hailey and Justin are so in love, it's almost impossible to ever think Hailey or Justin loved other people before falling deeply and madly in love. I mean, just take a look at their Vogue cover shoot and all the realness they dished about married life. Despite all the hurdles they've already had to overcome, we're talking trust issues, drug abuse, sex addiction, and the regular trials and tribulations of marriage, these two have proved time and time again that their past relationships have shaped them into the perfect match for one another. We are waiting patiently for their religious ceremony and reception. It was rumored to be at the end of February or beginning of March, but they've canceled it 3 times, so right now, to bide our time, let's take a look back at all the heartthrobs Hailey was linked to before the Biebs. Oh wait, let's start with Justin Bieber. He was in fact one of the first hotties Hailey was with when she shot to model stardom. The two first dated back in December of 2015. Now, if you know anything about their relationship the first time around, it was no good on Justin's end.
No Sherlock!
We will get to that, but first let's dive into how we knew these two were a thing. Now, you may remember that tropical vacation the two were spotted on in 2015. This seemed to be a habit of Justin's when he was a playboy. He'd always take his chicks on tropical vacays. Can anyone say Sophia Richie? But this is not about Justin's Casanova ways. We are here to discuss Hailey. So Hailey was only 18 years old at the time of their getting together, and Justin was only 20. At 18, Hailey was a young, doe-eyed, up-and-coming teen model with the world's hottest and most sought-after boyfriend. Of course, she was going to give the relationship her all and pray to God it all worked out. The two were spotted in December 2015 on that tropical vacation mentioned earlier, and the two were not shy at all about blasting it on social media. Despite the two looking madly in love from all the PDA pics, the two were adamant about letting the world know that they were not exclusive. I repeat, not exclusive. Now, from a girl's perspective, we typically just say that so we don't seem clingy and hope that the guy doesn't stray, but clearly Justin was serious about it not being an exclusive thing, hence him getting with Sophia Richie, a few Instagram models, and then back with Selena Gomez while he was with Hailey. After major heartbreak, Hailey dusted herself off and moved on to another major Canadian player in the music industry.
She said, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and my mom. I'm sorry.
Coming in at a hot second place is Drake. Hailey didn't waste much time wallowing in her heartbreak from the Biebs. Hales was single and definitely ready to party.
I'm excited and I feel relaxed and I'm ready to party.
Relaxed and excited she was. Hailey and Drake first linked up in May 2016 over Memorial Day weekend. You know, that weekend where we remember all those who have served the US of A. It's also a time for massive pool parties with jumbo blow-up rafts, cocktails flowing nonstop, and any worries or cares in the world just flying out the door. I'm gonna take a guess that Hailey and Drake were partaking in the latter half of that. Anyways, it's said that Drake and Hailey crossed paths at Drake's Memorial Day weekend party, and the two had an instant connection and were inseparable. An eyewitness at the party even revealed that Drake was all lovey-dovey with Hailey and even kissed her on the forehead.
I'm looking all over for you. I gotta get out of here pronto. I got a stage 5 clinger.
Clearly, Hailey didn't mind the attention or the distraction, because just a few days later, on May 31st, 2016, the new couple was spotted getting very cozy at Isabel, a high-end restaurant, and to cap the night off, they went to the celebrity hotspot called The Nice Guy. But not before their friend Madison Beer caught them cuddling up on camera. As you can see from that Snapchat, Hailey has her arm around Drake and he looks very, very comfy nuzzled in her armpit/boob area. Now, if that's not enough to show that their romance was hot and heavy, there's even more proof the two couldn't keep their hands off of each other. Take this picture as a perfect example. It is dated June 1st, 2016. Drake's got his arm draped around Hailey's shoulders and she is hugging his arm right back. Now, this to any person is the sign of a gentle, possessive relationship, but Hailey's hand placement tells us she is cool with it and feeling uber secure with her man Drake. Now, this picture was taken on June 1st, 2016. On May 31st, the couple was together at dinner and then at the Nice Guy nightclub. It could be from that same night, but on further investigation, Hailey and Drake are both wearing entirely different outfits. Now, Hailey is still wearing plaid, but in this picture, it appears to be colored red and blue, whereas in the Snapchat from the night before, it's black and white. Also, Drake was wearing orange in the Snapchat. Here, he's in a black t-shirt. So that leads us to believe this was their second consecutive day hanging out in a row after just igniting a romance 5 days earlier. Now, I'm no McGruff.
I'm McGruff, the crime dog.
But I'd say this is a crime of passion, people. Pretty much my investigation is rather accurate. A source once told People magazine about their night out at the club together, saying they were having a lot of fun together and very affectionate. And surprisingly enough, the two have a history of friendship prior to their courtship, starting over Memorial Day weekend. Earlier in the month, Hailey attended his SNL after party in New York City. Now, the two never confirmed that they were an item, but Drake was spotted wearing Hailey's letter H charm necklace, so take that for what it's worth. Hailey had her fun with singers and decided that moving on from Drake with a professional sports player may be the key to everlasting love. The third lucky guy Hailey is known to have dated is NBA star Jordan Clarkson. Now, if Jordan Clarkson is ringing a bell for some of you, you're on to something. Let me tell you. Hailey's BFF Kendall Jenner also dated Jordan Clarkson just a few months before Hailey took over the reins. Kendall and Jordan were rumored to be dating in November of 2016 and were really into one another, but then Kendall set her sights on fresher meat, and that was that. But in the name of love and basketball, Hailey came in for the alley-oop and shot her shot with Jordan and scored.
That we're Eskimo brothers.
How convenient. Just a few short months after Kendall and Jordan ended things, Hailey and Jordan were spotted holding hands on a possible date night. And as Los Angelino socialites do, they take in a Lakers game every now and then, and Hailey just so happened to be spotted sitting courtside right after their late night rendezvous.
Coincidence? I think not!
But Hailey turns the tables on the media and tries to play it off as, we're just friends, which we all know is a bunch of malarkey. Like she and Justin were just friends, but you see what happened there. Turns out a month before all their public displays of affection, she posted something to Instagram that stated something very different. She posted this picture of her and Jordan and BFF Justine Skye, captioning it, "Fwens." Now, need I remind you again that Kendall and Jordan were dating around this time the picture was taken, so obviously Hailey could only be friends with Jordan at that time. I'd go as far as to say that maybe Jordan was just using Kendall to get to Hailey, or Hailey was the reason Kendall and Jordan broke up. Moving right along from the short-lived flame, Hailey dipped her foot into the YouTube pond and aimed Cupid's bow at Cameron Dallas.
Sucker.
YouTube star turned model Cameron Dallas is yet another lucky man that got to have Hailey all to his own, despite her calling their relationship casual. Does anyone else see a trend with this chick? I mean, everything to her was casual, no strings attached, not labeled, just fun. I have a feeling Hailey is more of a wild child writer than she appears to be. Hey, more props to her. All right, so we just got out of early 2017 after her split from Jordan Clarkson, and now we are in mid-2017. Think spring going into summertime. A fun summer fling, if you will. But I'm about to debunk why this fling was not a fling at all, and in fact, a full-fledged relationship. So Hailey and Cameron have a lot in common. They're around the same age. He's a model, she's a model. They're both beautiful and living a lifestyle we can't even begin to imagine. The two first sparked relationship headlines in April when they were spotted at celebrity hotspot Craig's restaurant. Then they were spotted getting flirty at a Met Ball after party the next month, and they attended a party together in June. Now, during their time together, Hailey brought Cameron to her Elle UK cover interview.
He did what?
Now, if we've learned anything from Hailey Baldwin cover shoot interviews, it's that the girl opens up, and that is not something you typically do around a casual guy friend. So clue number one, that this was more than a casual relationship. Secondly, not only did he come to her cover shoot interview, she introduced Cameron to her mother and father.
That's a bold statement.
Yes, you heard me right. Cameron Dallas met Hailey Baldwin's parents. Now, do not try and tell me this was a footloose and fancy-free kind of relationship. At 20 years old, if you introduce your parents to a guy that flew all the way from the US to the UK for your cover shoot interview, then you are definitely more than casual. Especially with Hailey's Christian upbringing, I don't think that her dad, Stephen Baldwin, would like the fact that his youngest daughter is casually shacking up with some YouTuber model halfway across the world. While it seemed like a summer of love for Hailey and Cameron, it all came to a screeching halt in late June. In California, it's called the June Gloom.
Are you breaking up with me?
It looks like their fleeting romance wasn't meant to be, and the once cute couple let it all out on Twitter, as celebrities and relationships tend to do.
It's all over social media.
Hailey took to Twitter and tweeted on June 19th, "Does anyone really like confrontation though?" And of course, not long after that tweet went out, we had a response from Cameron Dallas saying, "Heartless, but you made me that." Ouch. And Cameron didn't stop there, you guys. He continued to tweet, quote, "Trusting people really sucks sometimes, and I don't want to rush into it if it's too soon."
It's over! Okay, it's over!
And it looks like Hailey might have had an inkling this relationship wasn't gonna last, because she revealed in her Elle interview, you know, the one he was at, she said, quote, "He's not my boyfriend yet. Technically, I'm single. It makes me so nervous. Oh my God, I don't want my mom to be like, so my parents know everything. I've cried to them and been like, I don't understand why he blah, 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 blah. And then my mom always says, you need to show a lot of grace and be patient and forgiving. And then there's my dad who's like, you know, he's never gonna change." Well, pals, I think your dad said it best, and that brings us to our next hunk, yet another Canadian singer who is not Justin Bieber, Shawn Mendes, ladies and gentlemen. Shawn Mendes is probably the hottest relationship, fling, casual, whatever the hell Hailey calls it, has ever had. Try as they might and deny their crazy chemistry for one another, it is so obvious that Shawn and Hailey were very, very, very into each other. This was Hailey's most recent fling before getting married to Justin, and I'd like to add that it was another summer romance for Miss Baldwin. There were rumors and murmurs of a possible spark between the two after the MTV EMAs, when an eyewitness revealed that Shawn Mendes and Hailey Baldwin were spotted feverishly making out at Rita Ora's EMA after party. The source said that Shawn appeared rosy-cheeked and grinning from ear to ear. Then around May 2018 is when Shawn and Hailey sent shockwaves through the internet. Hailey and Shawn showed up at the 2018 Met Gala together as a couple, and judging by the looks of their pictures together on the carpet, they were very much making a statement about their relationship status. Obviously, Hailey and Shawn tried to deny anything serious was going on.
We're not dating, Hailey and I was just so completely just happy to be there with her.
And maintained that they were just friends, gag me, but we can all read through the smoke and mirrors. And it just so happens that after Justin and Hailey got engaged, Shawn finally admitted to dating Hailey. In an interview with Rolling Stone last November, Shawn admitted that he and Hailey did in fact date, but without a title. He told Rolling Stone, quote, "I don't even want to put a title on it. I think it was more of a zone of limbo." And despite the speedy engagement and marriage between Justin and Hailey, Shawnee Boy has nothing but fond memories. When he got wind of the engagement, he revealed he texted Hailey saying, "Congratulations." And in terms of attending the wedding, well, he may still be in a state of limbo on that end.
Of course I would sing. I have not invited yet, but I'm sure something will happen soon.
And now the time has come to get to our last and final suitor. We are going back to the Biebs. Oh, Bieber, can't live with him and can't live without him. After their first go around and the many suitors in between, Hailey and Justin found themselves back into each other's arms.
It wasn't over. It still isn't over.
But prior to their engagement, Hailey admitted that Justin kept bouncing back between her and Selena Gomez, keeping Hailey in a weird sort of limbo as well. Hey, I guess it's true what they say. What goes around, comes around, Hailey. Hailey and Justin rekindled their romance in late summer 2018. Then in September, they were engaged while on a tropical vacation in the Bahamas.
What's the biggest surprise that you've ever had?
Getting engaged.
Can I see the ring? Let's see. Wow, that is a beautiful ring.
Justin asked Hailey's dad for his permission, like any respectable man should do, and it wasn't long after the engagement that we saw Hailey and Justin run down to the courthouse to make their marriage official. Now, while many thought this was extremely fast, I mean, the two were only dating for a few months before getting engaged, it turns out that they couldn't wait any longer to consummate their marriage, so the only way to do that was to make it legal, hence the courthouse marriage. Since then, the two appeared on their first ever Vogue cover where they got candid about married life. Hailey admitted that marriage is really effing hard and getting married at such a young age is, quote, terrifying. While Justin admitted he has a ton of trust issues in addition to depression, which he is currently getting treatment for. While I have my doubts about this young couple, I think if they remember what brought them back to one another in the first place, their marriage will last a lifetime. Who is your favorite boo of Hailey Baldwin's before becoming a Bieber? Comment below and let us know if you think Hailey Bieber will stand the test of time, and make sure to subscribe to Hollyscoop for more stories like this.